Story time. So I match with this guy. Things are going good. He's really cute. Seems really nice. We're talking for a couple of days, and then out of nowhere, he asks this question. So is your ex still in your life? Fun fact, me and my ex actually still work together. But he cheated. There's no going back. Don't have to worry about that. This guy has the audacity to tell me, oh, well, you seem really nice, but I make $150,000 a year, and I can't handle baggage, and it's extremely disrespectful to a new guy that you work with your ex. Honey, I didn't ask you how much you made a year, number one. Number two, I think it's extremely disrespectful that you think I should give up my career that I've worked really hard for a decade, all because some dumbass decided they were going to cheat on me. Next!
A career is always going to be there. A good-looking six-figure man who takes interest in you isn't. 10 years means she's about to or is currently hitting the wall right now. And judging by her looks, the fact that she's getting puffy in the face means her options are even more limited because she's about to pull that fat grenade. Her genes that are keeping her thinner are about to give up when they realize she's not getting a man. That was the man she dreamed about, yet she's acting like he was a dime a dozen. You can't make this shit up. Let's see in 10 years how important that career is over that man. If that career isn't outsourced to AI.
I'm not someone that posts or cries or anything on the internet, so this is a new one for me. I guess I need girls to rally with me and lift me up because I feel so defeated right now. I've been trying to meet someone, just anybody worth my time for years. And dating apps are so awful. I don't need to explain to you how awful the dating apps are. So I've been trying to meet people in public, and they're still trash when I do randomly meet people in public. But tonight takes the cake. Last week I'm part of an app that you can basically get invited to these events, and there was a comedy thing coming up, and I bought a ticket that maybe I'll meet people here. Maybe I'll meet a guy, or just meet people in general that I can become friends with, and then who knows what could happen. And let me just tell you how this went. I show up. It's a limited seating. Get there first. It was an open bar, and in my head, I'm a prompt person, so I got there 20 minutes beforehand, and I happened to be the first person there. Okay, kind of weird, but okay. They tell me, since it's an intimate thing, try to sit in the front row because it's going to be hard to get people squishing through there, and it's a sold-out show. Okay, that's fine. I sit in the front row, and it's about showtime, and I'm realizing, nobody else is in the front row. It's just me. Everybody's filled in the back. Every row's filled with all the couples, of course. And then it's just me. I guess some people of course, some people are going to drop out and not show up. But the host of the show comes up to me really quickly and mouths thank you for sitting in the front row. And she proceeds to go up onto the stage and pointed out, had everyone clap for me for being brave enough to sit in the front row. And that was fine. I get it. People are afraid to sit in the front row. And I was kind of excited for it when I thought there was going to be people there. And it was just ironic that the reason I was there was to meet people, and it was I was a piranha. So she informed the crowd that I was safe from being picked on because I was brave enough to sit there, and I'm oh, okay. So the next few comics come up, and they both kind of point out are you waiting on people, or what's going on here? And I'm have to admit no, I'm trying to meet people. And again, they're nice, they're not being mean to me about it, but it's mortifying. It's mortifying. And then another comic comes up, and again, it's just you're pretty, but and it's just, yeah. So by the end of the show, the lady comes up and says that they normally do a raffle to win this prize, because it was kind of at like a boutique type thing, but instead of the raffle, she's going to give this thing filled with stuff to the brave young woman who came first and sat alone in the front row. And then she had me introduce myself. What's your name? Anya. And like everybody's as if like brave fucking me. And she tells me to make sure to give my email to so-and-so to get like some gift card or something. And like, this is all in front of everybody. And I just like, I know nobody's sitting there like, oh my God, look at this girl. But like, it's just, it feels like such a slap in the face. And I'm not even mad at the comics. I'm not even mad at the lady. Like, I would probably think the same thing. But like, just for this point in my life, like, it just feels like, Jesus. Like, I don't want to go out again. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. When I try, like, shit like this happens, and dating apps suck. And then I get into an Uber on the way home because I can't go have a drink like I wanted to because I have this giant fucking bag full of shit to carry around. And I get in this Uber and it's this 75-year-old woman with her dogs. And she won't stop talking about her dogs and like how she got an oil change and what'd you do tonight? Was the comedy show good? And like, I'm being nice and polite, but all I can think about is like, this is gonna be me. Like, and I know that's a worst case scenario. And it's not even like that's a terrible thing to be single all your life, but like, I just can't help but feel like I'm gonna turn into this because I'm never gonna meet someone. And for everybody who's gonna tell me, it'll come along when you least expect it. I've been hearing that for like 7 years, okay? I'm so sick of hearing that. There's such a thing as people that just don't find their person and don't get married. So like, I'm a realist. And the realist in me is starting to think like, that's gonna be me. And I'm depressed now over it. As pathetic as that sounds. And yeah,
This is the reality a lot of these boss lady CEOs, career women are going to face. The older they get, the harder and harder it's going to be being alone. The more and more obvious it is that they are leftover women. Secondhand females, used up, future cat ladies that no one wants them. In their 20s, it wasn't a big deal because they had more offers than they can choose from. But they preferred sleeping around because they thought they'd always have guys wanting to commit to them. Until one day, suddenly they realize those men have moved on. For this lady, how about lower your standards to something more reasonable? A female with your looks and income is probably demanding a man near perfect. I bet you want an educated, sophisticated, white-collar Chad. The type you see on polo shirt advertisements. The type of guys you opted to have hookups with in your prime instead of locking down one. Girl, my takeaway from this is you are brave and fabulous and beautiful and fun and so real. You had a bad day, but you'll rally and try again because you're awesome. I hope all your dreams come true. This is a white lie at its best. How does this stranger know who that post wall is? Psst, I got a secret. If she was truly all those things you claim without knowing her, she'd be married already and not be crying about being single. Part of a woman's psyche is her status in society. This is why she marries up by trying to find the best man she can get. But if she's single, it shows she's a low status woman. No matter how boss lady she is, being single means no man of value wants to be with her. And her dreams are a nightmare now because her chances of marrying the man of her dreams is close to zero. That ship sailed when she threw away her virginity and purity for the SCX in the city lifestyle. I'm 20 and I've never dated anyone, and it's really because no one has been able to step up to the standard. Good things come to those who wait.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
If you were blue-pilled, you'd think her being single means she kept her legs closed, but it's not. One of the reasons why she's still single at 20 is because she's been sleeping around. She's implying she's a virgin or close to one when she's not. Never really dated anyone means getting smashed out by Chad and Tyrone or getting played. Meet yourself, fall in love with you. Bro, that's so BS. And it's easy for the young females to say that because they're still getting relationship offers and attention from men. There is no such thing as self-love for women because it never works. Otherwise, they wouldn't need a cocktail of drugs to put them to sleep. A woman can't truly love herself unless if a man she respects and loves her back. She responds to the comment with a video.
So no hate at all towards this creator. I just kind of needed something to stick up top to answer some things. I will be 33 next month, and I've been single for 7 years. I know myself. I know who I can be. I know who I don't want to be. I love myself, and I love myself enough to know that like I deserve someone to share who I am with. As cocky as that sounds. I know it's not everyone's dream to fall in love and have kids or whatever, but that is one of my dreams. And after, about 6-7 years, you start to say, this is fun and all, but like, I'm kind of over it. And I would rather not make it to year 8 like this. So yeah, I just want someone to sit on the couch and watch Love Island with me and buy me a Christmas gift or a Valentine's Day gift. It's been 7 years. I haven't had anyone do anything for me like that. And it's just, that is a clock that I keep ticking along and keep track of for some reason. But I play basketball 3 times a week. I'm on a co-ed flag football team. I coach basketball sometimes. I'm in a running club. I have a job that I talk to multiple people a day, and I'm still not meeting quality people. I'm not meeting people that ask me out. I'm not meeting people that I would want to ask out, and I'm not meeting people that want a relationship. That's the key to all this also, that want a relationship. I meet plenty of men that don't want anything to do with our relationship, but that's not what I want. And so yeah, I hit my boiling point last night, and for everyone who's saying like, why would you sit in the front row? I kind of was like, I'm ready to get heckled. Like, they're going to make fun of my outfit, or they're going to point out this or XYZ. I never once thought, what's probably going to happen? The 10 seats to my right are going to be completely empty. And although I came here to meet people, the complete opposite is going to occur. And then you're going to have 5 comics make fun of you. Never once crossed my mind. So yeah, it was just like a sitcom basically. And I happened to be in the fever dream. So I say, I've laughed about it a few times today. It's still brutal. It's a brutal story, but like kind of a cool story that like, I know I'm going to have fun telling later on down the road. I already kind of laughed with some of my friends about it. I'm not mad at the comedians. I was literally bait. Like, how could you not notice like everyone's here and then there's this one random chick in the front? We got to figure out what's going on. I'm not mad at them at all. I was upset last night about like how things have been going in my dating life, and it just finally broke. And I typically hold a strong demeanor and I don't really show my emotion like that. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's like commented. Everybody's been so sweet. There's been a few people that like literally I've had to keep myself from going off on. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. This is like my second, third TikTok or whatever. I need to like chill. But yeah, thank you to everybody. And I clearly am with y'all that are in a similar scenario. And hey, if anyone needs my help, we write at dawn, because I will back anybody up after everybody's given me so much support. And yeah, just thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so she's past the wall. 33 means 90% of her eggs are gone, and if she met someone right now and had a kid, it would be a geriatric pregnancy. Meaning there might be some complications and the kid has a higher probability to have health problems. One of the reasons why men are attracted to women as close to 18 years is because they're more fertile. meaning the kids are going to be healthy and strong. And then the closer to 18 the women are, the less corrupted by the world they'll be and more chance they'll submit and get onto the man's program. The sad part is, she is really good looking and she's naturally thin. She could have had any man she wanted. A man doesn't have to worry about her getting fat. What he marries is what she's going to be for the rest of his life. This female, like many, threw away her lottery ticket at the age of 18. That many of these 304s are losing it much younger. And the fact that she plays basketball says she's tall, so 90% of the single male population is invisible to her.
I'm a strong, independent woman that doesn't need no man, okay? I just want one, you know, because they're kind of cute and they smell good sometimes. And they pick up heavy things, you know, like me.
I don't think people realize how much of a burden it is carrying around such a thick personality. Walking around with an absolute dump truck of a vibe.
I'm on live. I'm on live. I'm on live. I'm on live.
What's wrong?
I'm on live.
Yes,
I'm on live.
All right, they said yes this time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You
I'm
already
on
know
live,
the business.
niece.
All right.
Her, two, fists,
Are you serious?
You picked a hard one on purpose.
It's a Dr. Seuss book, you fucking dipshit!
Well, since I landed on your FYP without your permission, and we're just awkwardly staring at each other, you may as well take a second and say hi to me in the comments.
That was actually my nickname in college. They called me Perfectly Adequate Hanson.
You used to call me Anal Girl. I was very neat and organized.
And I only want to
No
deal with guys
psychos?
that's paying bills. I am a gold digger. I don't care.
I'm already doing 100% perfectly fine by myself.
Exactly. So if you want to come into my life and get my time and get my effort and my energy, you need to be offering something.
And honestly, I feel like every guy cheats. I've been cheated on, and I was paying for everything in the relationship.
So they're Chad and Tyrone's leftovers. Yep, they're demanding the next guy should pay for everything. Pay full price for what dudes already got for free. Where in the world, or previously free things, are being sold at luxury prices? And that's why these broads deserve to be cheated on.
Date them all if one of them ain't your man, right? But I remember a time when I had like 5 men on my roster. And I remember when my birthday came around or when Valentine's Day came around and only 1 out of 5 would get something for me, or when shit was going crazy, none of them would be there for me. When I was feeling super emotional, like they just weren't filling in the gaps, which is why I needed so many of them in the first fucking place. I'm realizing like I got 5 of y'all because none of y'all fulfill me. None of y'all check all the boxes. So really, I'm selling myself short by being involved with any of y'all. So my question for you is, would you rather have quality or quantity? Is it more important for you to have options or to be only involved with the best option that there is? Because when it's all said and done, baby, when your values increase, you attract people who can actually afford you. Why are you wasting your time, your energy, your mental space, your emotional capacity, all for these motherfuckers to be a huge disappointment in the first place? They are disappointing. So if it's not the right one, do not give them a space in your life, because then you can make room for the right person to enter your life. But if you got 5 people occupying 5 different positions, I don't know what you have your roster for, but all I'm saying is if one person can't check all them boxes or at least close, don't date nobody. Because all you're doing is blocking your blessing. You're blocking your blessing. You're blocking your blessing by having 5 distractions instead of focusing on yourself so much that you can be clear enough, healed enough, ready enough to meet the one.
Wow, the audacity of these females. She just said what we've been saying in the manosphere for years, and verified why it's never enough for modern women. I've said this many times. These females experience the best qualities out of a lot of men, and so it's hard to measure up to any one of them, if not all. Nothing is new to her. She's not going to enjoy the experience you give her because she's comparing it to the other experiences she got. And if you read the comments, it's 304s telling on themselves. Celibacy is the cheat code to success. No, it's virginity. Being celibate after an HOE phase or a lifetime of being a bedwench is like trying to put lipstick on a pig. It's 100 bodies a little too late. The 304 in the video responds, agreed, and it's gotta be celibacy with the right intentions and heart's posture. This bedwench just admitted to defrauding 5 men at once and has the nerve to talk about the right intentions. Did all those 5 men know they were on a roster? Also, she got nothing because she deserved nothing. I'm glad those men didn't put in effort. Whoever you are, kings, you dropped your crowns. The older you get, a roster is nothing but a headache. And the bedwench in the video responds, facts. And this is why men want younger women. These females are just proving the red pill. You let a deceptive thought talk enough, eventually she will tell on herself. I let all 4 of them go in the same week, and a few weeks later, I met the man who has given me the healthiest relationship ever. You cannot make this shit up. I wonder if this good guy knows she had a roster of 4 men. I'm pretty sure she acted like she was chaste and a good girl all this time before she met him. You just saw crime real time, and that guy may not know the wiser until he tries to make a 304 into a housewife after marrying her. So he's going to learn the hard way. And this is why I say, when it comes to women in the feminist West, expect the worst until they prove otherwise. This is why I do what I do, to save good guys from getting conned by these deceptive thoughts. And this is the same female who preaches about God on TikTok.
You know way too much about God to act the way you do. You know way too much about God to think the way you do, to say the stuff you say. You know too much about him. He's shown himself to you over and over again. Y'all have a very intimate relationship. And for whatever reason, you got disconnected with God. And God is saying, come back to me. I understand you're angry. I understand the burdens. I understand your pain. But come back to me. And there's a part of you that resists coming back to God simply because you feel disappointed. You feel let down. You feel like he's not going to deliver on all his promises. You feel like, how could he have let this happen if he was really God, if he really loved me? But you know too much about God to think the way you do. I don't know who this is for, but it's time to come back home. It's time to come back into his presence and lay at his feet and cry and shout and be angry and have that hard conversation, just you and him. It's time.
As Kevin Samuels used to say, you can't make this shit up. Where in the Bible does it say a woman should be entertaining 5 men? To lie to other people? Maybe she follows the Sodom and Gomorrah parts. It says a woman must submit to one man, her husband, after God. This is why you can't find a good woman at church anymore in the feminist West, because these deceptive thoughts go there so they can con the good men. The Bible literally has a MGTOW verse, while warning us about wicked females like her. Proverbs 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman.
Here's 5 things I learned after going through family court that I thought I knew, that I had no idea. So number 1, I thought that if you were a good dad, you were going to get 50-50. It was just automatic. This was 6 years ago. I just thought 50-50 was the norm at that point in time. Apparently it's not. Number 2, I didn't realize that you could lie about whatever the hell you wanted to lie about in court and not have any facts, findings, evidence, or anything to claim it. Almost everything in family court is all hearsay. So if the judge believes the mom, then you're screwed. If the judge believes you, well, you're still screwed because you didn't have rights in the first place. Number 3, and this was the biggest one for me. When I started calling attorneys, since I'm an unmarried father and I was never married to my ex, I literally did not have any rights to my child. Even though I signed the birth certificate, even though I signed the acknowledgement of paternity, I was nothing. I had to get into court to establish my rights. Number 4, every single dad from the past that I thought was a deadbeat because the mom said he was a deadbeat, he was a piece of shit, he didn't pay his child support, he never saw his child, I actually thought he was a deadbeat. Now looking back at it, maybe he wasn't so much of a deadbeat because this is what family court does to fathers and children. And then number 5, I did not realize there was a huge community of people, both moms, dads, men, women, grandparents, brothers, sisters, all of that there was a community of us fighting for our children to have both parents in their lives. Had no idea that there was a father's rights movement. Had no idea that there were all these organizations fighting for our children because we'd never hear about that stuff. And a lot of the time, we don't even realize this stuff is going on until we actually go through it. It's just like I said with number 4. We didn't know that he wasn't a deadbeat. We just assumed because there's so many deadbeats in the world. But is there actually that many deadbeats in the world, or is it the system that's creating the deadbeat?
Just remember, 30 seconds of pleasure can screw up your whole life, because there is no justice in the anti-family courts. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.